Good morning or good afternoon, Professor Aaron or someone who watching my video. My name is Taehee Kim, students of GSP, PNU. This is my first presentation video on oral skills and I'm using Zoom for recording. And this time I will talk about the article about the science education. And the title of this article is Today's Students Aren't Learning How Science Happens. That's a Problem in a Pandemic. So, first, I will summarize and explain what this article is about, and then I will express my opinion. So, let's get started. This article says COVID-19 has cut many changes in what we used to take for granted, and then we have to make many difficult decisions. So we need information and a way to distinguish important sources. For this, there should be a solid understanding of basic science. However, in reality, there are two problems to properly understand the basic of science. The first problem is that most people learn their science only from the school experiences. The sad truth is most school systems do not engage students in cutting-edge science topics. Most students are studying science based on their textbook and learn about the accepted theories in science, excluding to know how they were debated and advanced before. School science gives students few insight into how science knowledge is created and how science progresses over time. As a result, these experiences in school science sometimes give students the perspective of science as a set of facts rather than a human endeavor. And students can get the impression the science is straightforward rather than needing to be interpreted. The second problem is the infinite supply of information. We're affected by news media, mixed messages of family, friends, pundits, and others through social media and personal interaction. These can complicate our decisions, and all this information is filtered through the understanding or lack of understanding of science and scientific practices. COVID-19 presents us opportunity to enhance children's scientific education in real time by developing educational modules that take this approach with COVID-19. Students can learn about the pandemic that has so dramatically affected their lives and also facilitate a better understanding of how science happens. However, most science teachers do not have enough time and access to content experts to develop educational modules with the additional challenges of current remote learning environments. To solve these problems, there should be the collaborated teams of experts in science education and experts in the science and health fields. Also, these resources should be free and available online so that students and adults can remotely use it and benefit from it. We all benefit from being part of a society in which we can learn and grow our knowledge of phenomena like COVID-19 increases. We should take actions to support quality science education for our kids and ourselves so we can better respond to the scientific crisis of the future. So, it was the summary of the article, and then I will talk about my opinion. After reading this article, I agree that there are few problems in science education that hinders from the real understanding of the studying. As I am Korean, I don't know exactly what the foreign education systems are, but speaking of my experiences in Korean high school and Korean middle school, education in Korea is more focused on getting good grades on exams rather than understanding. I think it's not just because of the education system, but also a social atmosphere focusing on going to a good university. And I think it's sad that education becomes a means rather than an understanding of knowledge. And I think the collaborated teams of experts in many fields, which was mentioned on this article, is a good idea. If the information is connected, it will naturally require a deeper understanding and more information can be found. However, as I mentioned before, if the overall social atmosphere and educational system do not change, a student will eventually think of science classes as a means for their own future rather than focusing on scientific understanding. Therefore, it is necessary to create a social environment that education is regarded as a link to enrich our lives. For this, not only the educational system, but also the legal, policy, and changes of various universities are necessary. Also, the financial support for science education from national or local governments are required. I also hope that through the better education, not only in science but also in other fields, we will be able to respond well to many crises on our future. So, thank you so much for listening my presentation. And if you have any questions or opinions, you can leave the comment. And thank you. And these are the sources, uh, the link of my article and the link of the template on my PowerPoint. Thank you so much.